I can't even. I can't even. I cannot believe that so many people thought that Nintendo was going to show off their brand new console here at the Game Awards because of the simplest, weirdest thing, which granted I still can't explain myself, but the fact that people thought this, absolutely crazy. So the Game Awards just happened and everyone was watching. There was a lot of people that was like genuinely thinking we were going to see the next Nintendo console here, because Nintendo had a weird thing on their YouTube where they removed the profile picture. This happened 24 hours ago. Nintendo didn't fix it, and from my understanding, Nintendo still has not fixed the profile picture. It's just no profile picture is there. For whatever reason, this happening had people believing that they were going to reveal the brand new Nintendo console at the Game Awards. Listen, Jeff is great. Jeff Keighley can make amazing things happen, but Nintendo revealing their next Nintendo console at the Game Awards does not make sense for Nintendo if you look at Nintendo's track record and history of what they've done with their console reveals. They always like doing their own events. And Nintendo is so big right now that they could do their own event and it's going to do big numbers. It did not make sense to be there at the Game Awards, but everyone was pushing that narrative. And guess what? Nintendo wasn't even there. Nintendo wasn't even at the Game Awards. They had no presence there with announcements. All they had was a commercial for the Universal World. Doug Bowser was there to accept all the awards, but Nintendo had no presence there when it came to game announcements. So it just makes this whole thing even more funnier that everyone was saying this, that Nintendo's gonna be there, it's gonna be huge, that they have something huge planned, and they weren't even there at all. The profile picture, we don't know what's up with that, but it just must have been a weird coincidence and a weird mistake from Nintendo. Which, you know, Nintendo really hasn't had a presence at the Game Awards since Smash Bros. You know, you had Bayonetta there last year with the Bayonetta Origins game, and I believe they had the Fire Emblem Engage DLC revealed there. But everything after that, they've had little to like bare minimum appearance, you know. They had the Smash Bros. DLC reveal back in 2018. You know, they had Bayonetta 3 revealed back in 2017. And then, you know, you had Sephiroth in 2020 revealed there. But everything after that, they really have not had a presence at E3. I've said E3. I mean, I guess they don't have a presence at E3 anymore because E3 is gone. They don't have a presence at the Game Awards anymore. I don't know how long I was saying E3, but they don't have a presence at the Game Awards anymore because I guess Nintendo just thinks they're bigger. I don't know. I think Nintendo's going down a path that Pokemon goes down where they like to do their own things. If they have something really, really big to show, they want to do it their own way. And it really didn't make sense for Nintendo to be here for multiple reasons. The Switch is about to end at some point. It could be next year or the year after that. And if you look at the last Nintendo Direct, they're clearly running out of games to show off for the system. And there's gonna probably be a Nintendo Direct in February. There might not be a Nintendo Direct because they might genuinely not have enough stuff to show for a Nintendo Direct. But they gotta save something for that because they're not having many reveals left for this system. So it makes perfectly sense why they were not there at the Game Awards, but I didn't have a video planned. I mean, I had this planned in case, you know, something happened. I didn't think Nintendo was gonna have their console. I thought there might have been just a tiny bit of something Nintendo there, like just like a reveal about one of their games, not a new game or anything, but there was nothing there, and I need to film a video. So what we're gonna do today is talk about everything that happened at the Game Awards, which if you guys have talked about or watched my last few years of the Game Awards on this channel, I have covered the Game Awards, I think, since 2019 on this channel, and I've been very critical. There's been times that I've been like, that was a really good year. That was really horrible. A majority of the times it's been, that was really horrible. And I've been very critical. And, you know, I think Jeff Keighley might have listened to my video because I'm the only one that talks about this in terms of how the Game Awards does things. And I talk about when Nintendo does this. And I know Jeff Keighley says that he watched video reviews of the Game Awards. So, you know, if he watched my video, you know, props to myself, you know. Hi, Jeff. Nice to meet you. Anyways, Jeff Keighley, you did an amazing job at this show. You fixed a lot of the problems that I've had with the last few of the Game Awards and really tackled everything well. The variety of announcements, the flow of announcements. The last hour, you went a little too crazy with them world premieres, but everything after that, the first 2 hours, y'all crushed it. Very impressed. One of your best events yet in a very long time. But I want to go over some of the world premieres that happened there and give you my thoughts on some of these world premieres. I'm going to be going through this list fast because I don't have much to say and there wasn't much revealed in a certain amount of these games. So let's go ahead and get started. The Brothers. This is a remake that is coming out. Now, this is the game company that did A Way Out and It Takes Two. I recently just played Brother earlier this year on my Nintendo Switch. I did put it in my top 10 third-party games video recently, and I was heavily impressed with that game. I was surprised to see that they're making a remake for it because it's on today's consoles already. I don't think it needed a remake. I mean, the graphics, there's a major difference. I don't care about having a remake, but if it lets this game be put into more people's eyes and people are going to be willing to play it more, go ahead. I'm fine with the remake. I won't be picking this up even though I like the game. It's just because I just beat it and it's a really short game that they're probably going to charge like $40 for. Go play it though if you've never played it before. I'm trying to convince my editor to play it. Persona 3 Reload was showed off with a new trailer. I've not played Persona 3 before, so I don't know if what was shown was a big deal or not. I will be playing this game at some point. I'm just so busy right now that I don't have time for a very long game. And it's not coming to Switch yet. I know it's going to come at some point, hopefully. So I'll probably wait for the Switch release because I think the Switch is perfect for long games such as Persona games. But God of War Ragnarok DLC was announced. It's called Valhalla. It's coming out in 4 days and it's free. Free DLC. They really didn't go too much into detail, but I am guessing it's a story expansion DLC. It looked pretty fun and very unexpected because I don't think they announced that God of War was getting DLC. In fact, I think they said that it was not getting DLC. So that was an unexpected surprise. Then Xbox showed off Hellblade 2. I don't think we have seen this game shown off since the last Game Award. Not the last Game Awards. Whenever they showed off that game with the Series X reveal, I think that would have been 2019. So I don't think we've seen this game since 2019. Game looks beautiful. I've not played the first one, but I think I want to play this series now because of how amazing 2 looked. That looks like it's going to be a fun game and it's coming out next year. So that's going to be probably Xbox's big title of 2024. Now, Sega went absolutely crazy. I was under the impression that Sega was doing like a big crossover game when I first saw this trailer. And I jokingly said, oh look, it's Jet Set Radio when the trailer started. I don't know if Coleman has the recording, but I did jokingly say Jet Set Radio. Look, it's Jet Set Radio. And the first thing that gets shown off in this Sega game reveal is Jet Set Radio. So I was like, oh my god, I was right. Oh my god. Basically, Sega revealed 5 brand new games all at once. Jet Set Radio, Golden Axe, Shinobi, Crazy Taxi, Streets of Rage. My editor's going crazy over Streets of Rage because it looks like it's a 3D game. Apparently that's a big deal with the Streets of Rage series. But they showed all these games with gameplay, saying that they're in development, coming soon with more games in development. Very surprising from Sega, and just shows that Sega is starting to become a good developer again. I, for one, am excited about the Jet Set Radio. I've never played those games. Those games have always looked appealing to me. The art style looks very cool, and that is one that I'm definitely going to pick up. And I guess I'll have to give Streets of Rage another try for my editor, because that's one of his favorite games of all time. Dead by Daylight revealed their single-player game that's made by the developers of the Until Dawn games, which I think Until Dawn is one of the coolest games ever, a true Telltale game. And it's called, I wrote it down, it's called The Casting of Frank Stone. We don't know much about it. They just showed a little trailer. We know it's in development. We saw this get revealed a few months ago at the big Dead by Daylight anniversary event. I wasn't expecting to see another trailer for it so soon, but this is one that I'm very excited about because I've been playing a lot of Supermassive games recently in terms of their library of games. Very creative company, I want to see this company continue with some of the stuff that they're doing, and the fact that Dead by Daylight's expanding their whole wide universe of games that I guess that's what they're going to call it now. I think it's interesting. I'm interested to see how far this goes, if it's successful enough, and we're going to see more random Dead by Daylight games in the universe, I guess. Hideo Kojima was there, and I was like, oh, Death Stranding 2, it's going to be here. I can't wait. Woo, yes. Wasn't Death Stranding 2, but this is still cool nonetheless. OD was revealed, and this is the Xbox title that Hideo Kojima was revealed to be working on, I think in 2021. At their, I don't know, was it E3 that Xbox had over there? They had this Xbox event, and they announced that there. And I am surprised this was announced, because I was thinking maybe Death Stranding 2 was coming out first before this. But I guess Hideo Kojima is just working on both games back to back. We don't know much about it. We saw the cast, what's going to be in there, and we then see who's helping make the game in terms of the writing aspect of it, which I am very surprised, very pumped about. Because this guy is, in my opinion, right now, one of the greatest things to come out of horror writing, because this guy knows what he's doing. Jordan Peele. Get Out is one of the greatest movies of all time. Us was a masterpiece. I still haven't seen Nope, but he's helping Hideo Kojima make this horror game. And Jordan was gassing Hideo Kojima up. He's like, what I'm seeing here is so great. This is going to be so amazing. And yeah, that's all we got. We don't have a release date. I don't know what's going to come out first. It seems like Death Stranding 2, since we kind of got more of that last year, but I guess we'll see what's be coming out soon. It's an Xbox exclusive. And then we unexpectedly had a Jurassic Park survival game get revealed, which I was saying in our Discord call, I was like, is this Dead by Daylight? Because the reveal was starting to look like a Dead by Daylight trailer with how it was played, everything was going on. But as my editor said, it's probably going to be a Jurassic Park game that's like Dead by Daylight, survival, get out of the park, that type of thing. Which, I like those games, but it's starting to get overdone, unfortunately. Then they had a big orchestra concert for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth while singing one of their songs that's going to be in the game. They're showing stuff that's happening in the game that we've not seen before, new gameplay, that type of stuff. Game looks great. I need to get on playing the Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core remake, and then I need to try to get the original Final Fantasy VII done before this comes out, but it ain't looking too bright, boys. It ain't looking so bright. Then for myself, this was very unexpected because this Marvel IP has not gotten big enough yet for it to even get a video game, in my opinion, in terms of what I've seen from other people. I love this IP to death. I feel like this is a forgotten Marvel IP. Everyone forgets about these movies' existence, and I love this character to death. One of my favorite Marvel characters of all time. They announced that Blade is getting a video game, and Bethesda's working on it, and I'm guessing it's an Xbox exclusive. However, the strange part is that they never said it was an Xbox exclusive. So it makes me wonder, is this a PlayStation game? Because Xbox did have some games in development Bethesda had games in development before the Xbox buyout. So I'm wondering, is this potentially one of those games that are still being developed for both consoles? I guess we're gonna have to see. And it's surprising to see this come out before the movie, because I would have expected something like this to happen after the movie when people are more familiar with Blade. Because if you guys don't know, there's a new Blade movie coming out this summer. Very happy with it. I love this reveal, and probably was the most surprising reveal for myself, all things considered. This is when the Game Awards started to go a little bit crazy with the reveals. I feel like Jeff Keighley at this last hour just started accepting games that really might have not needed to be there. I think Jeff was like, more games, more announcements. Yes, this is gonna be great. This is something that the Game Awards has always struggled with over the last few years. I would say really over the last 5 years. But the last hour, they went a little rapid fire crazy with some of those announcements. And they kind of went rapid fire with the awards, and I felt like they were not recognizing the developers as much in that last hour. But they still did better this year than they have the last 3 years when it came to recognizing the awards and recognizing the games developers. because I feel like a lot of the game developers got to actually speak this time. We saw cool performances. This one, I think they did good. It was just that last hour. I think Jeff and the team need to review what they did wrong there, because there was too much going on, and I wasn't getting excited for what I was watching. I felt like I was processing too many reveals in that last hour. Other than that, the flow was great in those first 2 hours. Then they had the Final Fantasy 16 DLC revealed. I'm sorry, I have nothing else to say about that. I mean, that's a big deal. That's why I put it on the list, but I didn't play Final Fantasy 16, so I'm just like, I feel like people are going to be mad if I don't bring it up. So Final Fantasy 16 DLC. I'm sorry, I didn't play the game. Don't hate me. I just... Hey, would you have preferred me not to put it in the list? Because there was going to be comments and people be like, hey, where's Final Fantasy 16? And then the last game, I did not really get to see much of because something was happening in the background. I don't want to talk about it. But I saw it happen over there at the corner of my TV while I'm handling something going on in the background. And the new Monster Hunter game was revealed for 2025. They actually showed footage, which I was very surprised considering that it's coming out in 2025. Most of the time you don't see footage for a game that's potentially 2 years away. But yeah, it looks great. I didn't hear what much they said. My editor might have a comment to say about the Monster Hunter game, but for me, I didn't get to see enough to actually make a statement, but that was the big grand final reveal. Overall, I think the Game Awards, this is one of their better shows. I still think the earlier days of the Game Awards, earlier shows, are some of my favorite, but this goes up there as one of my favorite years of the Game Awards. Even with no Nintendo, and this is coming from a Nintendo YouTuber, I thought they did an amazing job with the Game Awards this year. The awards was done right. I think there's still some things that need to be done better. If Jeff is watching this, I think ultimately what has to be done for next year, remove more game announcements, less world premieres. Really review what you're putting out and make sure you're not accepting something just to have it there. Because that last hour really came across that way, and the last few years I've always said that. But you guys did way better this year. I'm not complaining. Very happy with the Game Awards this year. And yeah, I got a video out of it. Does Nintendo hate the Game Awards? You guys can let me know in the comments down below. I think Nintendo thinks they're too big for it now, considering that they're back on top after the devastating Wii U days. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out my YouTube, check out my Twitter, Instagram, all that's in the description, Discord server. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I didn't even get to talk about it. The game of the year, Baldur's Gate won. I mean, I guess I'm surprised. I don't know. I thought Zelda might have been able to pull it off. I don't know. I said it was going to be either Baldur's Gate or Zelda, and then as I was watching it, I was like, huh, I wonder if Alan Wake's going to do it. Because part of me was just thinking, I think Alan Wake might come in with the upset. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 1, I haven't played it. That's a game I plan on playing early next year, and I saw that they just announced that it came out on Xbox just now, out of nowhere. So that's exciting. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think on my thoughts. Game Awards, if you like this year. And let me know if you were one of the people that genuinely thought that the next Nintendo console was going to be here. Because, yeah, no.